Late winter is when most gardens still look quiet. The soil is cold. The beds are empty. And for a lot of people, gardening still feels like something that hasn't started yet. But experienced gardeners know this is the window that matters most. Not because anything is growing outside, but because this is when time gets decided. If you're watching this in late January or even early February, you're not late. You're still ahead of the season most people wait for. Certain crops don't fail because of soil, weather, or effort. They fail because they don't get enough time. This video is about the crops that benefit most from being started during late winter. The ones that quietly shape your harvest months before spring even begins. 1. Onions. Why onions are decided long before you ever see a bulb. Onions don't grow on a normal timeline. They spend most of their early life building leaves, not bulbs. Those leaves aren't wasted growth. They're the future bulb. Each healthy leaf becomes a layer later on. Starting onions in late winter gives them time to build that leaf structure slowly, without stress. If onions are started too late, they don't fail dramatically. They simply stay small, no matter how good the soil is. The real advantage of January onions shows up months later, during storage. Well-developed onions cure better, rot less, and last longer through winter. Onions started early aren't just bigger. They're more dependable when fresh food disappears. 2. Leeks. Leeks are a lesson in patience, not precision. Leeks don't respond to tricks or shortcuts. They respond to time. Their edible portion forms gradually, layer by layer, over many months. In much of the U.S., the outdoor season alone simply isn't long enough. Starting leeks in late winter extends their clock. By the time they face wind, cold rain, and uneven temperatures, they already have the strength to handle it. Leeks started early often become a winter crop instead of summer one. That shift matters more than yield. They show up when fresh vegetables are scarce, which is exactly when food security becomes real. 3. Celery. Celery punishes inconsistency, and January removes it. Celery doesn't tolerate stress well. Even small interruptions in growth can permanently affect texture and flavor. Late starts force celery to rush. Rushed celery becomes bitter, hollow, or stringy. Starting celery indoors in late winter creates a steady, early rhythm. No heat spikes, no cold setbacks, no panic growth. The benefit isn't speed, it's quality. Celery grown this way tastes noticeably different. And once you've grown good celery, you realize how rarely stores actually sell it. 4. Cabbage. Cabbage rewards those who respect its temperature window. Cabbage wants cool air, but still needs time to build mass. Late-started cabbage often grows during the wrong part of the season, when heat and insects are already rising. Early starts allow cabbage to mature while conditions still favor it. This reduces pest pressure naturally without intervention. The future benefit isn't just healthier plants, it's predictability. Cabbage started early behaves the same way every year. That reliability is rare in gardening and valuable. 5. Broccoli. Broccoli isn't one crop, it's a sequence. Most people think broccoli is about the first head. It isn't. Broccoli's value comes from what happens after that first cut. Side shoots form only if the plant wasn't stressed early. Late starts compress broccoli's life cycle. The plant rushes, produces one head, and quits. January starts stretch that cycle out. The result is weeks of additional harvest from the same plant. This is one of the simplest ways to multiply food without adding space. 6. Cauliflower. Cauliflower needs calm, not speed. Cauliflower reacts badly to pressure. Uneven growth leads to small or deformed heads. Starting cauliflower late forces it to grow during unstable weather. That instability shows up in the harvest. Early starts smooth out the plant's development. Growth stays slow and even. The advantage here is confidence. You stop guessing whether the crop will work. Cauliflower becomes predictable and worth growing. 7. Kale. Early kale is about time on the plate, not in the garden. Kale will grow almost anywhere, but when it grows determines how often you eat it. Late-started kale arrives when heat is rising and pressure is increasing. Early kale arrives quietly during calm conditions. That calm period leads to longer harvesting windows and more cuttings before summer slows things down. Early kale doesn't just grow better, it feeds you longer. 8. Lettuce, long-season varieties. Lettuce isn't fragile, it's just honest about heat. Lettuce tells you exactly when conditions are wrong. Bitterness and bolting aren't failures, they're signals. Late winter starts allow lettuce to finish before those signals appear. The plant completes its cycle during mild temperatures. The benefit here is eating quality. Lettuce grown under calm conditions tastes different, and once heat arrives, you're already done. 9. Spinach. Spinach isn't difficult, it's sensitive to timing. Spinach struggles at the very beginning. Cold soil slows germination and invites failure. Indoor starts remove that vulnerability. Once spinach is established, it's resilient. Early spinach fills a gap in the food calendar, a time when few other greens are available. That gap matters more than total yield. 10. Parsley. Parsley is a commitment, not a garnish. Parsley germinates slowly and grows quietly. Late starts often never catch up. Early starts allow parsley to establish deep roots. Before heat and stress arrive, the future payoff is endurance. Well-started parsley lasts longer and regrows faster after cutting. It becomes a working herb, not decoration. 11. Thyme. Thyme grows slowly for a reason. Thyme invests in roots first. Rushing that phase weakens the plant permanently. Late winter starts allow time to finish that invisible work before facing outdoor challenges. The reward is longevity. Strong thyme plants return year after year with little effort. 12. Oregano. Oregano needs a head start to stay contained. Oregano grows aggressively once established, but only if it survives its early phase. Early starts help oregano develop evenly instead of erratically. This makes it easier to manage later. The benefit isn't just yield, it's control. 13. Peppers. Peppers need a longer runway than most U.S. summers provide. Peppers don't rush. They mature slowly and deliberately. Late starts mean peppers spend most of the season just surviving, not producing. Early indoor starts extend their productive window. This turns healthy-looking plants into actual harvests. Peppers grown this way justify the space they occupy. 14. Eggplant. Eggplant is honest about what it needs. Eggplant doesn't pretend to tolerate short seasons. It needs time. Early starts give eggplant a chance to mature fruit before cooling temperatures return. The result isn't just more eggplant. It's larger, more consistent harvests. 15. Tomatoes, long-season varieties. Flavor is built early, not at harvest. Long-season tomatoes develop complexity slowly. Late starts compress that process. The fruit matures, but flavor never fully develops. Early starts give tomatoes room to grow at their own pace. The payoff is taste, not just quantity. 16. Shallots. Shallots are about planning for scarcity. Shallots don't shine at harvest time. They shine months later. Early starts improve bulb formation and curing. That directly affects how long they last in storage. Shallots reward gardeners who think beyond the season. 17. Perennial greens. Perennials are chosen for the future, not the present. Perennial greens don't impress quickly. They invest in survival first. Early starts allow roots to establish before stress arrives. That foundation determines how productive they'll be for years. This isn't a one-season decision. It's a long-term one. Late winter doesn't look productive. There's no harvest to show, no visible progress in the garden, and nothing that feels urgent yet. But this is the part most people miss. Food security isn't built when everything is growing. It's built when nothing is. The decisions made now, quietly indoors, shape what your garden can give you months from today. Starting these crops early doesn't guarantee abundance, but skipping this window almost guarantees limits. Not because the soil is bad, not because the weather is wrong, but because time was never on your side. Late winter is when you decide whether you'll chase the season or stay ahead of it. And the difference between those two paths is rarely effort, it's timing.